Hi friends, this is Rabbi Briskin with a thought for Shabbat. This week's Torah portion called Pikudei concludes the book of Exodus. We learn that donations to the Mishkan, the portable desert sanctuary, have been accounted for. The structure has been built and tested, and now the Israelites are ready to begin their journey towards the promised land. Now I'd like to draw attention to the last few verses of this portion of the entire book of Exodus, as they have much to teach about how we encounter God in the realms of sacred space and sacred time. We read, "When Moses had finished the work, the cloud covered the tent of meeting, and the presence of God filled the Mishkan. When the cloud lifted from the Mishkan, the Israelites would set out on their various journeys. But if the cloud did not lift, they would not set out until such time as it did lift." God finds a home in the Mishkan, in the presence of a cloud. And this will be a source of strength and comfort for the Israelites as they make their way from Sinai, where God's presence was acutely felt, towards the promised land. Now, two prominent ritual values that undergird the Torah are encountering God in our sacred spaces, modeled here after the descending cloud upon the Mishkan, and encountering God through our observance of sacred time, Shabbat. I did speak about this a little bit last week. When we take time to cease from our labors and put thoughts of work out of our heads, we can oftentimes become more clear-headed. This allows space for God to enter. A couple of weeks ago, Karen and I took a few days of vacation. I left my computer at home and I did not look at or respond to my emails or text messages. And that ability to completely disconnect and immerse myself in a couple of good books and just in the quiet space of my head, that helped rejuvenate me. Now, friends, as much as we'd like, we are not able to take vacations every week. But we do have Shabbat. Imagine how rejuvenating you may feel on a Saturday night or Sunday morning if you stepped away from emails and work-related text messages and all social media for 24 hours. Imagine giving yourself the time and space to clear your head. This is the gift of Shabbat that is for the taking every single week. Friends, this Shabbat I encourage you to participate in a nationwide campaign called the National Day of Unplugging. And you can follow a link to its website below in the Shabbat email. Take this day, this Shabbat, to disconnect from work, outside distractions, and the noise of social media. Take this day to reconnect face-to-face or voice-to-voice with people you care for. Turn off your notifications. Don't check email or log on to Facebook or Twitter. Simply unplug the best you can and set limits on how you interact with the wider world while turning your focus inward towards the beauty of Shabbat and the beauty of others who are in your inner circle, in your orbit. So friends, as we conclude the book of Exodus, my prayer for us: may God be with us in our sacred space and during our sacred time. And may we do our best this Shabbat, especially, and all Shabbatot, to unplug from the unnecessary work week distractions and be enveloped by God's presence through the gift of Shabbat. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Be strong, and may we be strengthened. With these words, we conclude the book of Exodus and enter into the peace and rejuvenation of Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.